Hello, 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 collective. Welcome to the one and only, the one and all, the Living Truth Podcast. Whew. Where the fools, amidst the rules, find their muse. When confused, be refused. How we doing, everybody? Let's talk. Federal funding, let's talk about that kind of stuff. All right. Unchained voice. Look around you. Where are you trying to find a roof over your family's head? Or just understand where your tax dollars go? You run in the same wall. Doesn't matter. It's not concrete, it's jargon. It's not a secret. It's a language barrier. A purposeful complexity woven by bureaucracy to keep us out of the driver's seat. Well, we're going to talk about the system that feeds on this confusion and how we can break free from it. All right, section 1 is going to be called The Chains of Jargon. The system's meant to help us, like housing assistance or tracking public funds. But they're buried under a mountain of specialized bureaucratic language. We see the terms like extremely low income or ELI, the Book of Eli, the Federal Poverty Line, FPL, or acronyms like PHA, Public Housing Authority. We're familiar with that one. Okay, the jargon translation. Extremely low income. This doesn't just mean poor. It's a specific number, often less than 30% of the median income in your area. Often less than 30% of the median income in your area. A line drawn in the sand that determines your kids can eat tonight. A line in the sand that determines if your kids can eat tonight, or if you get a voucher. It's a precise measure used to manage scarcity, not solve poverty. The federal spending data, EINs. This sounds dry, but this is the receipt for your tax money. It's the data that shows who got how much or what. When that data is hard to search by state ID or place, it means the money is opaque and therefore unaccountable. The contradictions. We've seen these precise tools like ELI, VLI, very low income, that define human need down to the dollar, yet their data on where the money goes, usaspending.gov or other reports, it is often so complex and incomplete. And incomplete that the average person can't use it to demand results. Precision in defining need, ambiguity in tracking solutions. The problem? The complexity isn't a glitch, it's a feature. When a system is too difficult to understand, we stop asking questions. We stop challenging the rules. We stop demanding change. We become dependent on the experts, right, who speak the language. The jargon is a chain, though. How we break these chains. Know your power. So how do we dismantle this bureaucratic, twisted system? Well, by becoming the experts of our own lives. We have the key tools. Transparency through translation. The action. We must translate the bureaucracy. When a program mentions the Green model or specific acronyms like UGF, or CIS, don't assume. Find public housing authority or nonprofit that uses it and demand a one-page plain language summary. We need to crowdsource translation. The goal: stop relying on other official narratives. If they say the rules are housing voucher, or if they're too complicated, remind them that they wrote the rules and they can simplify an explanation. We must use those advanced search filters and download features not for them, but for us. Pull that data. The sovereign mindset, the action. The ultimate freedom is realizing that you don't need permission to solve your own problems. The conversation you mentioned about your own sovereign state is a powerful metaphor. It seems shifting focus from appealing to a distant authority rather than that to building our own power locally. What it means to become sovereign, financially sovereign, moving your economic power out of institutions that don't serve you or, you know, local community funds, credit unions, and co-ops. It means building local economic systems that define their own needs and benchmarks rather than waiting for the FPL to catch up. Squash that tomato. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Community sovereignty, focusing on mutual aid, these networks, over the government programs for immediate needs. If 10 families on one block pool resources, they have the collective power of the small entity. That's sovereign action right there. Data sovereignty. Stop being passive. Don't be passive data points. Use the knowledge you gain from translating the jargon, the ELI, the rules, the spending, to create your own local benchmark for success and hold leaders accountable based on local data, not just the federal reports they hand you. The paperwork they use is designed to drain your energy and your will. But the simple truth is that the power of the people, when informed and organized, is far greater than any force of any bureaucracy. The final challenge: go look up your own PHA and ask them a question about VLI or the rules for disability definition. And don't stop until they give you a clear answer. That simple act of demanding clarity is the first step towards breaking this chain. I'm your advocate. Get informed, get organized, get free. We'll talk again next time on The Living Truth. From the one and only to the one and all, stay blessed, stay sovereign, be yourself, and consider another.